From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Tonight, it's another installment of the International Series, and we've got a good one on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and our home team. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Round 80! Check, no! Watch the slant, watch the slant! Watch the slant! Show it up! Shoot! Wait!
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Mike 5'9", Mike. Hey, 79! 79! Plus the right. No, wait, 89!
From the 31, Rivers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly. Yeah,
usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, Delta! Check. Joker. Slant.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the second time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25. And 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin.
Back. Rush in. Switch. Shoot.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Okay, just like that. Wait! 53 to Mike. Alpha! Activity's trapped. Load it. Hey, exit. Fresno. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got. Keep it skinny. 53, Mike 53.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. He's going to look deep for his running back, Gordon. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Keep it skinny. Hey, hey, hey. Get ready.
To throw again. Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Set 180. Block 15. Hey, easy, easy. Let him know, let him know.
Now Gordon on first down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Red Delta. Hey, on the side.
To throw, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Chris Jones in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Alpha! Kill. Hey, Delta! Hey, check 24. Check 24. Q.
From the gun, Rivers going deep for Benjamin. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, LA! Travis Benjamin, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Kill.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On first down, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Thomas Davis. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check 390, 180. Hey, Delta. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, two. Here we go again. Load it. Load it. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Mike, easy. Easy. 59.
Following the interception here, Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
And the Chargers.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Sets up the screen to Gordon. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
25, check 25. Load it. Load it. Kill.
Rivers. He completes it to Henry. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Set. 380.
Rip right.
Hey. Plus the right. Defense, let's go. Hey. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Hey, let's get this.
From the red zone now, Rivers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Joey Bosa in on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Throwing on second down, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. And when you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, orbit. Load it. Load it.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Hey, easy, easy.
Throwing again. Rivers. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7.
Well, last year, Henry really looked poised for a prime breakout season, but then May 22nd, tore his ACL during OTAs, ruled out for the year. Actually was added to the active roster in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did not play. 29 career games for Henry, 12 touchdowns, and now with Antonio Gates' career coming to a close, they expect a lot out of the 20. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in.
Sammy Watkins, he's going to go. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Butker now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
To the outside, that's complete to Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Run 80. Red.
53, Mike.
Switch.
Rivers to throw it. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
The 42-yard line.
Set white 90. Set white 80.
All right, D, let's check. All right, D. Check 99. Check 99. Check 31. Check 31.
A give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Front 80.
Mike 59. Now let's run.
From the 39, Rivers. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
The Chargers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Hey, Rocket. Hey, I'm going to go load it.
Go, Mike 50.
Yeah, let's run 80.
50's to Mike. 50's to Mike. Target.
Throwing Rivers. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Even with the good movies showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. What we got? What we got? What we got? 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike.
Buckle along, buckle along.
Mike.
Left to right.
53, Mike. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Hey, wahoo!
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
All right, 380.
Get the ball. Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right.
Through.
Easy. 4 down, easy.
Hey, Charlie.
50, Mike, 50.
Load it. Load it.
Mike 50. Mike 50.
From the 16, Rivers. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really...
And he's going to go down again. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right down Broadway. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Escaping the pressure right. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
57 is the Mike. Watch 57.
Now here's Mahomes. He finds an opening past the 40. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down.
Yellow.
First down at the 45-yard line.
57, Charlie. I don't even know why this team showed up. 57. Mike, 57. Gotta do better.
Mahomes now on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go! Let's go!
I don't need to. There's a line. Come back. Yellow.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
There's a line. Hey, 43, 15.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On second down, it's Ware. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hey, 57, 57.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Yellow.
Throwing on second and 14. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check, check. Lucky.
Out. Hey, Delta.
Check. Check safety. Check nickel. Watch the safety creep.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up third down. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
53 at the line.
Cluster.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball, defense. Check.
Hey, on his behind.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Here's Hill on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Alert 3. Alpha.
from the shotgun. It's a give to McCoy. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making them linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play and ended up making a nice tackle on it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Rocket. Left. Check 52. Load it. Q. Bravo. Run 80. Hatchet.
Back near his goal line, Rivers. He's going to look deep for his running back, Gordon. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Check, 59. Drop deep.
Wait, 89.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 18, and he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They will run with Ware. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Butker on for the PAT. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Zero.
59, Mike. 59.
Hey, Echo.
Bandit. Mike, check.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. It's complete to Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Hey, 79.
First down, Rivers. Complete, it's Henry. Then he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. Back now in Mexico City. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. To the air again here, Rivers. This is caught, and he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Robinson's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, last year, Chris Conley was the 3rd option at receiver for Kansas City. He shipped off to Jacksonville. Now they're hoping that Robinson can help fill that void. And Andy Reid has said that he and Mahomes are developing a great rapport, hoping to improve upon the 22 times they connected last season. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Load it.
That's right, man.
Red Delta. Hey, Haywood. Load it. 50, load it. 53. Ready?
Let's go.
The He'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Red! Red! Here we go.
Rivers out quickly here to Allen. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
At the 33-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta!
59! Mike 59!
Hey, hey, hey!
Let's put that team on the bus.
Here's Rivers. Oh, he stays up, pushing through the contact, eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Hey, Delta! Hey, go orange. Orange. Spawns! Red! Red!
No, no. Hey,
Hey, up behind!
And the blitz does come. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Shoot, shoot, shoot! Hey, easy, easy. Hey, Delta!
check.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Load it. Load it.
Let's go, let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's our time. It's our time. Slam, slam, slam.
Hey, hey, hey.
53 to Mike. 50.
White.
Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag.
Hey, on the side.
To throw again, Rivers. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Small.
53 front. Check 53 front.
Now Rivers. And caught by Henry. A good pickup there of 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a... And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweat.
And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Switch.
Alpha.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. We got to get the ball, D.
Following the interception here, Rivers going deep here for Allen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. To throw on second and 10. Rivers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Hey, exit. Rerun. Kill. Red Delta. Load it.
On third down, Rivers. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Up at the 29 now. They'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Here's Mahomes to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Let's get this.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Watch twitch.
They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
So celebration down on the field for a good, hard-fought victory here. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for...